What is going on, internet world? My name is Tommy. You probably know me as Rivet, and I'm your coach of the Atlanta Braviaries, the highest flying, fly-sucking team on YouTube. And we are here today with our Week 3 battle of the SDF against the Goodra Gang and Coach G4. It's going to be a great match. Welcome to the workshop. Alrighty guys, we are here breaking down our Week 3 matchup for our battle against the Goodra Gang and Coach Glenn, aka G4. This is going to be a really tough match. He's got a really strong squad, and he is currently leading the league right now. So, got to make sure I play this properly, but without any further ado, let's hop into his team breakdown. His first mon is Tornadus-Therian, an incredible mon. Base 121 speed with the regenerator ability, and pure flying type is fantastic. It has a fantastic move pool to complement its 100 base attack and 110 special attack. Moves like Hurricane, Heat Wave, Focus Blast, Dark Pulse, Psychic, Sludge Wave. They all hit very, very hard. It can nasty plot up. It could knock off for utility and U-turn for momentum. It does get some other cool physical moves like Superpower as well. So Tornadus is absolutely coming this match. I don't have a whole lot for it. He's probably not an offensive set either, like Nasty Plot, 3 attacks, or maybe he's like an Assault Vest 4 attacks set with some investment. But Torn definitely messes me up. I don't have a whole lot for flying stat plus coverage, so I gotta make sure I can play around it the best I can. Next up is Mew, an incredibly scary pure psychic type, base 100 across the board with the synchronized ability. It does pretty much everything and can set up in a variety of ways, either with Nasty Plot, Swords Dance, Dragon Dance, Cosmic Power. It runs defensive sets incredibly well with stuff like Roost. It can set Stealth Rocks, it can pivot with U-turn and Volt Switch. It literally does everything. So in this match, I'd probably expect a more defensive Mew. Maybe a Cosmic Power set with something like Cobra Berry and Stored Power and Body Press, or just, you know, a defensive rocking set with something like Roost and U-turn to handle Mega Gallade, as it is his best switch into M-Gal. But Mew, gotta be careful of it. He swapped with it last game, and it does so many things so very well. Next up is Zeraora, incredibly fast at base 143 speed, pure electric type with the Volt Absorb ability. It's got a great move pool in conjunction with 112 attack and 102 special attack. It can Calm Mind up, it can Bulk up, and gets great moves like Plasma Fists, Knock Off. It can Volt Switch. It also gets Blaze Kick, Aura Sphere, Drain Punch, a very good move pool. However, it can't really touch Gliscor, so I'm not sure if Zeraora comes this week. I think it probably still does, just because a fully invested one would outpace fully invested Dragapult. It also pressures Feeny pretty hard, which otherwise does a good number to his team. So I gotta make sure I play Gliscor right, as Gliscor isn't going to be taking a whole lot from Zeraora, just so I can use my Feeny properly in this game. Next up is Mega Aggron, an incredibly tough steel type with the filter ability, base 230 defense, which is incredible, 140 attack as well, so it does hit very, very hard with moves like Heavy Slam, Ice Punch, Earthquake, Rock Blast. It's a very reliable Stealth Rock setter. Doesn't have natural recovery, but he does have Wish on his team, which can be definitely annoying to deal with. So Mega Aggron is definitely coming. A huge key for this battle is going to be breaking down Mega Aggron, as it's one of the things in the way stopping stuff like Dragapult. So I gotta make sure I can try to break down Aggie, get it out of the way as soon as possible, and not let it beat me. I also don't have the greatest switch-ins to moves like Heavy Slam, plus stuff like coverage with Ice Punch and Fire Punch, so I gotta make sure I don't switch in the wrong thing into a big move. Next up is Milotic, a very bulky water type with the competitive and Marvel Scale abilities. It's very bulky with base 95 HP and 121 in special defense. It also gets the Marvel Scale ability to boost up its regular defense when it's statused. So Milotic probably coming again this match. It's one of his better answers to just generally stuff like Dragapult. A Fizz Def sets switches in on Mega Gallade kind of okay. You can also do some good work against Gliscor. So gotta watch out for Milotic. Next up is Silvally. Again, Silvally kind of does it all. It can run all the different typings. It's a great pivot with Parting Shot. It can set up in a variety of ways as well. Swords Dance, it can Flame Charge. It gets a fantastic move pool. So Silvally, not sure if it comes in this match. He could be something like Silvally Ground to try to switch into something like Toxtricity, take Dual Stab. He could also be something like Silvally Ice with, you know, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, something of the sort, to try to take on Gliscor. But I think he has a couple other mons this week that probably come in its place, just because they are kind of required to handle some of my threats. Next up is Umbreon, an incredibly defensive Dark type, very, very bulky, a fantastic Wish Passer and Cleric, and Foul Plays hit very, very hard in the right situations. Umbreon is probably coming this match. It's his best switch into something like Specially Offense or Dragapult. It's also his best switch into something like Toxtricity. So I gotta make sure I can beat Umbreon, keep it from wishing up and healing stuff like Aggron, or letting stuff like Zeraora or Mew switch in for free, which could be really annoying. So I gotta play around that. Next up is Appleton, a very bulky and slow grass and dragon type with thick fat ability. Draco's and Apple Acids hit pretty hard. Gets other moves like Body Press. It can recover. I believe it can also Aromatherapy maybe. I don't really know. But Appleton, it might come this match. I don't think it does. It can do some good work against stuff like Tapu Fini, but something like a Moonblast would hit pretty hard. And then the other things on my team just kind of run it through. Something like Dragon Bolt or Mega Gallade is going to do a whole lot to Appleton. Next up is Floatzel, a pretty offensive water type, 115 speed. It is pretty fast with decent attack base 105. It can waterfall. I believe it gets knockoff and ice punch, but I think of the two water types, Milotic is definitely preferable in this match, as Milo does a whole lot against some of my more offensive threats. You can shut them down a little bit better. Next up is Haunter, little baby Gengar, a ghost and poison type, very offensive at base 95 speed. Shadow Balls and Sludge Waves hit pretty hard. It also gets coverage moves like Energy Ball. I believe it gets Thunderbolt and Dazzling Gleam. And I believe it can also Nasty Plot up just like Gengar. I'll have to double check that so I don't lose to like a Nasty Plot Haunter or something. But otherwise, I have a couple things that kind of shut down Haunter, so I'm not really sure if it comes. And then last but not least is Torracat, a fire type with the Intimidate ability. Could run Eviolite, could run Boots, something like Choice Band. It hits pretty hard. It's a little bit fast, but again, he's got better things on the team. Maybe it comes if he's really concerned about Ferroseed, but I don't think that's probably happening. So with all that out of the way, let's hop into what I am bringing this match. Leading us off, we got J20 the Dragon Ball coming back, this time with an Expert Belt set with the Infiltrator ability, Shadow Ball, Fire Blast, Thunderbolt, and U-Turn. Max special attack with the Rash Nature, 224 in speed. This lets me outspeed non-Scarf Tornadus-Therian, 16 in attack and then 16 in HP. This is just a really solid pivot this week. It hits a bunch of his stuff really, really hard in conjunction with Expert Belt. Shadow Ball is just a very spammable move in this match. It hits Mew very hard. Fire Blast is there for Mega Aggron. With my special attack investment and Expert Belt, Fire Blast is two-shotting after rocks if I hit both of them. Thunderbolt is there for Milotic, and the U-Turn is there for pivoting. It also hits Umbreon very, very hard. If he's fully specially defensive, U-Turn does up to like 40%, which can be great to chip that thing and get into something else to put on a whole lot of pressure. So really liking J20 this game. I got to watch out for Zeraora, obviously. He can outspeed me and fire off a big knockoff. But otherwise, it's just great for pivoting around his team, hopefully breaking something down like Mew and Aggron and Milotic. Next up, we're rocking the Amanuensis Mega Gallade coming back, this time with a sub Sword Stance set with close combat and knockoff, max attack, enough speed for fully invested Mew, and then the rest thrown into bulk. He doesn't have good switch-ins to close combat. His best switch into CC is Mew. Knockoff does a whole lot to that thing, especially if he's not Culverberry. Substitute lets me sub up in front of Umbreon if he's scared out. If he goes for foul play, he'll break my sub, and that would be no bueno. And then after a Swords Dance, there's really nothing on this team that takes a move from Mega Gallade. If he's like fully invested Mega Aggron, he can take a +2 CC, but I think he's probably special for some other stuff on my team. So really liking Gallade this week. It thrashes a whole bunch of stuff on his team. It really pressures that Umbreon. It really pressures that Appleton. If he's like set up Mew, that would be bad. If he's like Culverberry and he's able to get like an Iron Defense or a Cosmic Power off, that could be kind of bad. But yeah, I'm really liking Amanuensis this week. It pressures Mega Aggron and Umbreon really, really hard, which are two things I have to break down. That's a key to this match. So moving off that, next up, we're rocking Batman the Gliscor. He's coming back this time with a defensive set again, Toxic Orb and the Poison Heal ability, Earthquake, U-Turn, Defog, and Roost. 244 in HP, 44 in speed, just to outspeed uninvested Mew, and then the rest thrown into physical defense to make me as bulky as possible. This is one of my better switch-ins to Mega Aggron. He can obviously Ice Punch me, it'll do a lot, but I can Roost off the damage, and with my Poison Heal and losing my Flying type, it won't be doing a whole lot to me. I can stall him out of those. EQ won't do a whole lot just because Filter and his ungodly bulk. EQ does like 25%-ish, but I can U-turn down on that, get into something else, defog any hazards that he might want to set with Mega Aggron, and then just Roost for longevity, as I said. This is also my switch in, obviously, to Zeraora. That does a lot. And Tornadus, if he's like a physical set, and if he doesn't have Icy Wind, I think he'll have Icy Wind. G4 kind of usually runs the quad, the coverage for the quad weak mons. So that probably comes, but otherwise, if he's like physically offensive Silvally without like an ice move, this can also take that on. And it can also switch into something like Torracat and Haunter pretty well. Next up, Esperanza is coming back this week with a setup set this week with leftovers, 248 in HP, 40 in defense, 96 in special defense, and 124 with a calm nature, Scald, Draining Kiss, Calm Mind, and Iron Defense. My speed investment is again for uninvested Mew. 248 in HP and 96 in special defense with the calm nature. It lets me not get 3-shot by fully invested like heavy duty boots, Tornadus-Therian, and then just the rest thrown into physical defense. This is a really solid win con this week. I'm really liking Esperanza this week. Scald and Draining Kiss hits pretty much this entire team very, very hard. I can Iron Defense up in front of a lot of things, namely Mega Aggron. I can also start setting up in front of Umbreon. He'll be scared out from something like a Moonblast. If he goes into Milo, okay. If he goes into Zeraora immediately, if I'm at +2 and he's not something like Choice Band, Iron Defense, I can take a Plasma Fist fairly well, and I can try to Draining Kiss some HP back. So I'm really liking this in the late game. It also is my primary switch into Torn. I really want this as a win con, but I don't have anything else that reliably switches into Tornadus. I don't think he'll bring Sludge Wave. I think he needs other moves. I think he needs Hurricane. I think he needs Heat Wave. I think he probably brings U-Turn. and maybe something else. So I'm really hoping he doesn't like bring Sludge Wave, because I think he needs the other moves. If he does, okay, I can play around it. But you know, this is just a really solid set this week, and I hope it can clean up. Next up, Line 69 coming back. Toxtricity with an offensive set this week in Choice Specs with Punk Rock ability, Overdrive, Sludge Wave, Boom Burst, and Volt Switch. Max special attack, modest enough speed for uninvested Mew, and then the rest just thrown into bulk. He has no switch into this set. Overdrive, Sludge Wave, and Boom Burst thrash this entire team. The only thing that switches into Boom Burst is Mega Aggron. Overdrive is two-shotting a fully specially defensive set. Sludge Wave is there for something like Appleton. Overdrive just kind of mashes this team. If he's something like Silvally Ground and he's like fully specially defensive, Boom Burst will still body that thing just because it is specs Boom Burst with Punk Rock. So really liking Line this week. Again, working in conjunction with Eminences. Those two just kind of break this entire team. I just got to manage them correctly, get them in properly, and don't let them die. Definitely can't lose Line to something like Psychic from Torn T. That would be terrible because I really need this thing to break down some stuff. And hopefully he's slow Mew. If he's slow Mew, hopefully I can fire off a big Boom Burst or Overdrive or something of the sort. But if he kills me with something like a Psychic or a Psychic Fangs, that'd be uber bad. And then last but not least, making his debut, we're rocking Cafe Olay, the Ferroseed. He's just rocking a fully physically defensive set this week with Eviolite and Iron Barbs, Knockoff, Stealth Rock, Leech Seed, and Toxic. Knockoff is just good for utility this week. If something like Mew or Torn wants to come in, I can knock off a Culverberry or Boots or something of the sort. Rocks are just solid in this match, help me chip down Aggron so that J20 can two-shot it with Fire Blast. If he's not Boots on something like Torn, that also will do a lot, or if he's something like Silvally Ice or Fire, he'll be taking a lot from that. Leech Seed is just good. I can switch on Milo, get some seeds up, and just recover back a little bit of health or try to pivot into something else and heal it up. And then Toxic just for something like setting up Mew that wants to come in, Milo coming in, or something like Appleton or Umbreon. He can definitely have Heal Bell on Umbreon and heal off some Toxics. But I can knock off that thing's leftovers. I can set some Leech Seeds and start just being annoying. So this is a good switch into Milotic. This is also a good switch into something like Silvally if he doesn't have Flamethrower or something of the sort. And then it's also a decent backup switch in to Zeraora. I can take a Plasma Fist. Obviously something like Close Combat would do a lot. I don't want to lose my my Eviolite to a knockoff, so I gotta be careful of that. But otherwise, it's just a good little glue piece this week. Set some hazards and some and spread some status. So with all that out of the way, let's hop into this match. Alrighty guys, we're about to hop into this week 3 match against G4 and the Goodra Gang. You can see the 6 I expect him to bring up on the screen. Tornadus-Therian, Mew, Zeraora, Mega Aggron, Milotic, and that Umbreon. I could definitely see something like Silvally or that Appleton sprinkled in there if he wants, but you've seen the 6 I am bringing and why I am bringing them. If you haven't, go check out the Teambuilder. But I hopefully definitely want to try to get back on the winning track this week after that tough loss last week. So without any further ado, let's hop into this match. Okay, we do see Haunter instead of Umbreon. Totally cool. Not really sure what Haunter does. He could be something like Choice Scarf or Dragapult. It also hits Mega Gallade, so he's probably something like Choice Scarf set, but I don't think he should be able to do a whole lot to Ferroseed. And I can knock off. That thing would just die, probably, even though I am just a Ferroseed. You can also Leech Seed and all that, but for a lead, he could definitely lead Torn or Zer or pretty much everything but Haunter, because everything either has breaking, pivoting, or hazards potential. So what do I want to do? J20, I don't want to lead just because if he's something like, if he leads Zer, which is a pretty solid lead, he could be Choice Scarf. I don't hate leading Tox, just try to break something straight off the bat. It matches up pretty decent against the Torn and the Zeraora lead. I can just fire off a big Boom Burst or Overdrive. I also don't hate the Batman lead or Esperanza. I think I'm going to lead Batman. It matches up fairly well against Zeraora. If he goes into Torn, I'll go straight into Esperanza, scout for Icy Wind. He'll probably just U-turn. But let's lead Batman here. I'll fan like a Misset. He's going to lead Haunter. He shouldn't be able to touch me. I don't think this thing gets Icy Wave or Icy Wind, but I'm going to look it up just to be safe. Alright, well, it gets Ice Punch, but that wouldn't do anything. He could Willow. That'd be bad. Man, if he went for Willow, that'd be a god tier play. I don't think he's going to do that, though. I could have Knockoff. That would not be good for him. I'm going to U-turn. I think 29. That did a lot. I'm uninvested. He's got no bulk on there. Or he's like max. That was either, or that was like a max roll. He's like Jolly. Yeah, he's got like some HP. He might be max HP. Like max speed or max HP special defense. But I can go into Esperanza here. I can also go into Ammon and just click U-turn, because that'll do a decent chunk. So I'm gonna do that. I pressure everything pretty hard with a Shadow Ball. I'm just gonna click U-turn. If he's Choice Scarfed, that'd be terrible, but I don't think he would be. But I should be able to keep up my momentum here with just clicking U-turn. If he were to stay in, this would do a lot. I'm E-belt, and I'm like not modest. I'm brash. So, yeah, Milo's just going to come out. That's totally okay. And I'm going to get to go into line 69. And I'm going to click. I'm going to click. Here's the thing. This is a 50-50 on whether he goes into Aggron or he goes into Zeraora. If I go into... If I click Overdrive, he goes into Zeraora. I don't think he'd do that, just because a Boom Burst would body him. He could also go into Mew. If he goes into Zer, he probably just clicks Knockoff. I would not be able to get my Toxic Orb off on Batman, which isn't the best scenario. But then I could U-turn. Then again, if he goes into Mega Aggron, I mean, he would just be base Aggron. I can cost some investment. Then I have a pretty free switch into Batman anyway. I can start roosting and stuff. So let's click Boom Burst. See what he does. Hard to bet Aggron comes out, but... or he could go into Haunter. Haunter wouldn't be a terrible play if he's like Eviolite. But then I could just Volt Switch. I mean, no, I couldn't on Choice Specs. He's going to stay in. That does a lot. Let's see what he goes for. He's just going to recover. Well, he can't take another one. He's going to switch into Aggron now. So I can double into Batman or Ammon and do that. Because if he goes into Aggron, he will take minimal damage from this. But there's literally no way he stays in here. That did a lot. He sees some specs. So, yeah, Boom Burst would do minimal damage to Aggron. I want to calc that Milo damage, see what he is. Boom Burst did 69. He's max HP, no defense. So he max HP, no special defense. Damn, I really wish I clicked Overdrive there. That would have shredded this guy. Mega Bummer. But I can go into Batman and just, you know, click Earthquake. That wouldn't do a whole lot. I can also double into Ammon, but that's way riskier. Or I can go into Esperanza and try to start setting up. But Zeraora is still there. You know, I'm going to click it again. Oh, he goes into Haunter. Okay. That's not the end of the world. I'm just going to go into Batman. If he goes for Shadow Ball... Actually, I can also go into Ferroseed. Let's see how much he'll do to me first before I do anything stupid. I'm going to assume your choice guard... Oh, Haunter would actually do a whole lot. That's if he's Life Orb. I'm going to go into Cafe Olay. Should be able to take anything. Oh, he's going to go into this guy. Okay. I can fire off a Toxic. That's not the end of the world. He could have something like Flamethrower. That'd be bad. But Toxicing this thing is pretty cool. And I don't super need this guy. I need it for Haunter, but that's pretty much it. But he could start setting up. If he went for Flamethrower, though, I would definitely die. But I haven't seen Torn come out yet, which worries me. I could also go into J20 and be very aggressive. But he was definitely something. If he had Flamethrower, Flare Blitz wouldn't kill me, but Flamethrower definitely would. Oh, that's if he's like uninvested, though. Yeah, Flamethrower. Still doesn't kill. I'm going to click Toxic. Oh, he's going to DD. Alright, hit my Toxic, which is fantastic. Oh, man, I wish I had Thunderwave. That's not good. And I'm going to click Knockoff now. If he's got Flare Blitz, he's going to take Iron Barbs, Recoil, Toxic, and possibly a Knockoff. Let's see what happens. So seeing DG Mew is not good. He's definitely got Ice Points. That'll kill Batman. But I got to start doing some stuff. Maybe Feeny can live one hit, but he's probably got Gunk Shot. He's going to go for it again. I'm going to pop Colbur. Oh, I'm about to lose this Mew, LMAO. He's got to hit me with something. I'm going to click Knockoff one more time. That's a 12. Oh, he's got Drain Punch. Yeah, the game's over. He's going to take Iron Barbs. Another Knockoff. Well, he's going to die to... Alright, here's the situation. If I stay in, he clicks Drain Punch. He's going to get health back. He's going to get 131 divided by 2. From how much Knockoff? Knockoff did 16. Oh, I calculated something wrong. Oh, that was because he has no item. He's got 404, which means that 65%, or 65 HP is 16%, which means he's going to get to 31, which means he'll live it. I could go into Esperanza. Man. As much as I hate to do it, J20 is my play. Oh, man. If he clicked a Roost, though, that'd be terrible. I gotta go into J20 so he can't recover HP. If I lose J20, it's not the end of the world because Mew is dead. I can break everything else in another fashion. I'm gonna go into J20. Please don't. He's gonna Axel. That's fine. J20 is gonna go down, but Mew is dead. So Crisis moderately averted. Losing Dragapult is bad, but I had to do that. I should have, man. If I stayed in with Ferroseed there, I would have been in a good spot. But what are you gonna do? But Esperanza still looks really good. I just gotta keep Zera from killing me. So if I were to bet Torn comes out here, I'm gonna go into line, go into Ammon. I don't have good answers for Torn at all. I'm gonna go into line, see what he wants to do. But dang. Had I stayed in for that, Triple Axel would have killed him before Ferroseed died, maybe. I should have stayed in. That Drain Punch. Alright, Fox is gonna come out here. He's gonna go into Haunter. I'm gonna click Sludge. This is a 50-50 again. I really want to click Volt Switch. I can also go into Cafe and take whatever hit. But if he goes into Zare, we're back to that situation. He went into this thing on me last time after Milo came out. I'm going to go into Cafe. He's going to stay in. Oh, he went for D-Bond? Oh, man. I can either set Leech Seed or set Rocks. I think I'm going to set Leech Seed. See what he goes into. Probably just goes into Torn. He's going to go into Aggie. That's okay. I missed my Leech Seed. That's a major bummer. I'm going to stay in and go for it again. He expected the knockoff to come out. If he's got Fire Punch, he'll probably kill me, but he'll take Rocks. Iron Barbs. He's going to stay in. He's got Body Press. Goodbye. I'm going to go into Esperanza and go for it. If this backfires, I'm totally screwed. I've seen nothing on Zeraora yet, but if things go terribly wrong, I do have Batman in the back. But I'm going to go for it. I'm going to at least try. Milo's just going to come out. That's okay. I'm going to go for Iron Defense. I'm going to go for Calm On this time. Oh, he's got Haze. No! Oh, he's just going to go for Recover. He's probably got Haze. So I'm just going to start clicking Draining Kiss. 18, that did nothing. Yeah. Oh, that's bad, but whatever. I got to get rid of Zeraora, man. He's starting to severely be annoying. And I don't have Cafe anymore, which is bad. He's just going to probably Flip Turn here. Or Scald. I'll go into line. He's going to Flip Turn, I think. This is going badly. He's just going to Scald. Oh, he crit me. No. Alright, well, please don't have speed. I gotta click Boom Burst. No, I outsped him last time. Don't go into Haunter. He's gonna go into Aggie. This doesn't do a lot. 39. Alright, well, I gotta go into Batman. Man, I should have clicked Volt Switch or Overdrive. That would have forced Zera to come out, and I could have doubled into Batman. He's going to go back into Haunter. I got my Toxic off, which is okay. I'm going to U-turn. This thing is definitely Choice Scarfed. I wish I'd knock off on this guy. But I'm losing poorly. I'm losing badly. This is not going well. I shouldn't have threw J20 away like that. I got to get Ammon in right now. But realistically, this Haunter's going to smoke me pretty good because I don't have anything for it. I'm going to see what he locks himself into. He's probably just going to go for Shadow Ball. But then I have nothing to come in and revenge Haunter because Gallade is going to take a lot. Oh, he's going to go into Milo. He'll be at 50. That is a very good chance to kill. It's just Haunter in the back, making it so that I can't click Boom Burst is a major bummer. But I gotta kill this thing, because once I kill this thing, Esperanza goes in. I'm gonna go into Ammon, and I'm gonna click close combat. Or I could sub. He's gonna stay in and click Scald. That was a mistake. Oh, he crit me again. Well, now I definitely kill with close combat, so I'm gonna click it. Oh, wait, what? I calced something wrong. Oh, he's Marvel Scale burnt. I'm so stupid. Yeah, this stupid guy comes out. Into Batman we go. Well, I just possibly threw because I completely forgot about Marvel Scale because I'm a dumbass. But Milo's gone, which means that Feeny can go in. I just gotta do it right. But Torn can still severely screw me up. Is Gliscor my play or is sacking off mine? This thing's absolutely Choice Scarf. Or is sacking off Ammon, realistically. Because he doesn't do a whole lot for me. He kills Aggron, but so does Line. No, because I can try to predict with like a knockoff or something against Aggron, or I can just at least click CC. But is keeping Line around worth it? This Haunter is absolutely Choice Scarfed. He'll do a lot to Batman. I can't go into Batman. I wish I had Shadow Sneak. I'm gonna sack off. Alright, well. It's go time. Zera's gonna come out. Click Iron Defense. He's gonna Plasma Fit. Oh god, it depends on what kind of set he is. That's the thing. If I got the set wrong, I'm screwed. I'll click it again. Oh, he doubles into a Haunter. Good play. Well, I gotta click Calm Mind. Or I can reset, go into Batman on the Sludge Wave, and U-turn. I'm gonna do that. Oh, he tricked me. Well, I'm fast Batman, I guess. But, good play. Man, had I just locked into Scald, that might have been something, but I guess I'll U-turn. He's gonna get the slow pivot on whatever he goes for, and I can't hit this thing. So I'm gonna click. Crap! I knew I should have brought knockoff. Now he can freely Sludge Wave Esperanza. Man, I of all the things, I really didn't think Haunter was gonna be the one to mess me up. I guess I'll just. Oh, he's gonna go into Torn. Okay. Well, I get to try again. It's a 50-50 on who he goes into, or if he just tries to Sludge Wave my face in. I'm gonna click Iron Defense. Oh, he's got Sludge Wave. I did a lot. Alright, well, I guess wrong. I'm gonna start Calm Minding now. He can trick me a Toxic Orb and Toxic me. That'd be bad. I gotta click Calm Mind again. Yeah, that's what he does. Shit. Oh, I wish I had stored power. I don't. I gotta click Scald. I just threw because I did that. That Toxic Orb coming off. Oh, now he's gonna debond. Please don't kill. Fuck. Well, that's game. That's a massive bummer, but he's played great. I just didn't think that through. I forgot he had debond. Alright, well, the only way I win is if he misses a Hurricane or something or the other. I'm gonna go into Batman and spam Roost. Goodbye. Yeah. That's a massive bummer. Freaking Haunter! Wow, amazing prep. I can't be mad at that. I'll go for knockoff. He's gonna pick up the last kill here. Yeah. Wow, man. GG's. I can't believe I lost a Haunter. I'll say that. I can't believe I lost to Haunter, but you know what? That's what happens sometimes. GG's to Glenn. That was a really good game, even though he whipped my ass. Things are going very poorly. This is not the season I wanted or expected, but I got to come back next week because this is only an 8-week season with 5 games left. I got to claw my way back into playoff contention. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.